Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday mornings Yoga with Rocks. I am super excited to be here. I might be a little bit early, but yay, it's yoga time. Is anybody else totally digging the sunshine we've got going on right now? Because I totally love it. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so we've got some folks tuning in. I'm just going to give people a little bit of time to get connected, to get situated, in case they didn't mark it in their calendars that today at 8:30 we were doing yoga. I totally forgot to announce it on my Facebook page, which I usually do to let people know that our time is approaching. Today we're going to do a little bit of breathing together before we get started with our practice, and then we're going to come back to it at the end of our practice. That's the plan. I'm just shuffling up the cards, getting ready to start our yoga class. I'm going to draw us a card today so we can set an intention together for our practice. Now, if the card that I draw doesn't really resonate with you for today, for your practice, then you can set your own intention. The reason why we set our intentions before practice, like what is it that we want to get out of the practice that day, is simply to give our minds a place to go when it wants to wander. There's a lot of other reasons, but the simple version is it's sort of like a mantra, I guess. Having a mantra at the beginning of our practice is super valuable as well. Mantras can be anything as simple as I am strong, I am grounded, I am healthy, I am protected. Something really simple is the best way to set an intention. So today's card matches everything that I'm wearing, and it is about manifesting. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. Wow, isn't that appropriate right now? Did anyone else make the mistake of scrolling through social media this morning? Wow. If you don't know, my specialty is trauma-informed yoga. And I just ask everyone give each other a little bit more grace in the world right now, because we are in our primal brain. Most of us are living in our primal brain and not using our big brain. So people are acting and behaving in ways they probably wouldn't normally. So just, giving them some love, manifesting some awesome in the universe. Okay, so I think we've given people enough time to tune in. So we're just going to come to the top of our mats in our standing mountain pose. Feet hips distance apart. Just starting to bring awareness to the breath. As we breathe in through the nose, maybe roll the shoulders a couple of times just to get our bodies in tune with movement. Maybe roll front to the front. And just breathing and feeling in our bodies. And then just let the shoulders settle back and down. Feel length in the spine. Fingers relaxing but energetically reaching towards the mat. I'm just going to gently begin shifting our weight front to back. We don't have to lift the heels or the toes. We're just gently feeling our weight shifting from the back edge of our feet to the front edge of our feet. Breathing. Eyes can be closed or open. And then just see if we can find that midpoint in our feet. So proprioceptors, we have these little satellite systems or gyroscopes in our bodies that as we age, they get less effective. And what they do is they help us to notice when, oh, I'm falling, I have to catch myself. And by that simple movement, and now we're going to sway side to side, by swaying side to side, front to back, and if we can do this with our eyes closed, we're activating that system in our bodies. So if we've noticed we're having balance issues, this is a great way to reactivate that system. And now we're just going to make circles. So we're just staying grounded through the feet, and we're just making a circle in one direction. So if you notice, it's really activating the ankles, really grounding the feet into our mats. Let's switch directions, circle in the other direction. I like to think of it as a tree when the wind is blowing and the roots stay grounded, the roots stay connected into the earth, and then the tree is able to, even though it's a stiff and strong object, it's still able to bend with the wind. And that's how we want our bodies to be. We want to be strong, but we also want to be pliable. That's what helps us prevent injury. And then just move in any way that feels comfortable, whether it's just shifting gently side to side, maybe weight shifting from one foot to the other, or front to back, or continuing those circles. Taking a couple more breaths here. One more breath. And then just find center. Find that heavy feeling in our feet. And we're just going to lift the ankles, the heels up. And then we're going to just let ourselves land heavy into our mat. So we're just landing heavy. And then lift the heels again. And then we're going to land heavy. And just feel how that feels. You can do 1 foot at a time. Lift and then lower. Lift and lower. Kind of the same effect. It's a little bit different. But we're just noticing, feeling that heaviness, that grounded connection all the way up to the crown of our heads. And hopefully after doing that a couple of times, our feet feel really grounded, really rooted, almost like they're glued to our mats. Breathe. And this will begin to add bigger movements with our breath. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms out and up, reach up to the sky. Exhale, press the air down beside us. Another breath in, arms sweep up, opening across the chest, still feeling that weight in the feet pressing into the mat as we just flow with the breath, moving the arms. Inhale, opening, expanding, lengthening through the sides. Exhaling, pressing back down. Really feel the belly button, feel the navel as we inhale, sweep the arms up, noticing it, feeling it, activating that space in our bodies. Exhale, pressing back down. So checking in with the knees, making sure we have a micro bend in the knees. We're still breathing and sweeping the arms up and back down. Today's practice is going to be a little bit slower than normal. We're going to really tap into, we're going to try to deactivate our sympathetic nervous system and get into the parasympathetic, where we can be more relaxed and breathing and calm. Exhale, arms press down. Inhaling, arms reach up to the sky. Palms connect overhead. Maybe just start with the fingertips. Oh, missed mine. Get those fingertips together. Take a nice full breath and then just relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Finding calm strength in our practice today. So a lot of times we really will push down on the shoulders, and what that does is it creates more tension in the body, which we want, but we want it to be calm strength today. So just let those shoulders relax down. Breathe. And then just bringing the palms together. Another nice deep breath in. We're going to lengthen through the spine, really feel activation in the navel, in the belly space. And then we're going to take the hips, so keeping our arms up overhead. And we're just going to press our hips back, imagining we're sitting in a chair behind us. And that chair is way back. And as we sit back, hands come to heart center. Shoulders roll back and down. Keeping the knees tracking with our toes. So if our knees are wanting to collapse together and we can't keep them open and in line with the toes, we can always bring our feet together. It's much healthier for our knees. Otherwise, keep those feet hips distance apart, knees tracking with the toes. And if you're not sure, just look down. Can I still see my toes? Taking another nice deep breath in, and then we're just going to imagine that chair is moving farther behind us, and we're just reaching with our sit bones, reaching back. Noticing which muscles are activating in the body. Noticing if the core gets stronger or maybe it finally activates as we're sitting back. Maybe getting a little bit lower. Breathe. And today, it doesn't matter if we're leaning way forward in this chair pose or we're lifting straight up. Today's practice is all about feeling and noticing and calming our bodies and our minds. Always remember the breath. Now we're going to add flow to this movement. We're going to inhale, sweep arms out and up, reach to the sky, palms connect. Exhale, sit back to our chair, hands come back to heart center. Inhale, arms reach out and up, palms connect. Exhale, back to our chair. We're going to do that 4 more times. You go at your own breath pace. Finding that quiet space in the mind. Breathing and moving. Allowing the breath to lead the movements. Experiencing that pause between the inhale and the exhale. 1 more chair. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. We're going to let the palms connect, and then we're going to sit back to our chair. 1 more time, hold here. And in our chair pose, we're going to activate those proprioceptors again, activate those ankles, and we're just going to shift our weight to the right and to the left, to the right and to the left. And breathe. So we're staying in our chair, and we're just shifting side to side, nice and slow. A lot of times we want to get really fast, but today we're moving slow with intention, finding that calm strength that we all have within us, finding the breath, and just feeling our bodies. Noticing the spine, noticing the sit bones, noticing the thighs and our feet. And then just find center, press through the mat, reach to the sky, reach arms, lengthen. Exhale, arms pressed down by our sides, standing mountain pose. Take another nice deep breath in, reaching up. And we're just going to step wide on our mats. Feet slightly wider than hips distance apart. And externally rotate the knees. Let the feet follow. Take another nice deep breath in. Arms reach up to the sky. 5-pointed star. Shoulders again. Relax down. Relax the thumbs. And then we're just going to gently sway. It doesn't have to be big. And just move side to side. Seeing if we can activate that core center, activate those oblique muscles so we can sway side to side just using our feet and our legs. But I want to challenge us to sway side to side from the torso up. Soft knees, micro bend in our knees. Feel the shoulders relax down and away from the ears. Soft thumbs. Just flow and breathe. So the other thing that we're doing is activating that vagus nerve, the mind that runs through the center of our bodies, that exists in our belly space. And then just find center, reach long. We're going to go into moonflowers. So moonflowers, exhale, press the hips back, Knees track with the toes and elbows come down. And this time we're just going to bring the arms behind us, the elbows behind us a little bit. Nice long spine sitting, contracting, feeling open across the chest. And we can add a little bit of movement here. Or just stay stationary. You decide what feels right in our body, your body, today. Just knowing there's options. And then we're going to flow with the breath. Inhale, press through the heels, reach up, straighten the legs, arms extend. Exhale, come back to our moonflower. Inhale, reach up. Nice, slow, intentional movements, finding our calm, strength. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. We're going to change it up just a little bit. So we're going to exhale, lower down. Keep the right elbow pressing back. And then as we extend, left arm lengthens, getting some lateral extension on the side. Exhale, come back to that moonflower. Inhale, this time the right arm reaches up and left arm stays down. Lateral extension here. Breathe into it. Exhale, come back. Now let's create a flow here. Keeping the right elbow in, left elbow, arm reaching up and back down. Switching sides. Inhale, right arm extends, lateral extension. Feel that opening in the rib cage. Breathe. Just keep going side to side. Finding the breath. And just flowing at your own breath pace. Letting go. No expectations, no judgment. Just moving and flowing and feeling in our bodies. Not thinking of right way or wrong way to do this movement. Just experiencing it. Allowing our bodies to guide us and let us know what it is that we require. What do we need today? Maybe it feels better just to hold this lateral extension and then come down. So again, there's no right or wrong way. There's just moving. One more time on the left. One more time on the right. And we'll all meet in moonflower. Extend both arms up. Moving into sunflowers, a bigger hinge in the hips. We're sweeping the arms down. Imagine we're at the lake. We're grabbing a whole bunch of nice cool water and then splashing it up overhead. Exhale, we come back down, scooping up. Maybe it's a handful of huckleberries, and then we're splashing them up, and they're all landing in our mouths because huckleberries are delicious. Whatever it is. Or we're scooping up all the energy from the earth that we need and then allowing it to fall upon us. Another option in this movement is to bring hands to knees. Maybe we want to get a little deeper, but we're not quite there with our strength. Hands to knees will help. Get a little deeper hip hinge. Woo. Breathe. Last one. Letting go. Exhale, arms down by our sides. Toes point forward. Shoulders roll back and down. Elbows press back. Arms reach up. Finding that core, that navel pulling in and up, but still able to take a nice full breath. And we're going to exhale, forward fold. Soft knees, press the sit bones back as if we're reaching forward. And then we're just going to let the arms hang. Nice big breath in, weight shifts into our heels, and then head hangs. Breathe. Here in this forward fold, we can slowly just sway side to side. I like to imagine that I'm on the beach and my fingers are making a figure 8 in the sand. Or maybe we can imagine that our movement is like a wave in the ocean, flowing into the shore, then back out to the sea, and just flowing side to side. Breathe. And we can always just find center and just hold here. We can keep moving side to side. You decide. I know I'm making you guys make all kinds of decisions today. But if we are swaying side to side, seeing if we can keep it in the obliques, in the muscles that run along the side of the body, and in the core center around the navel. So instead of it being this movement here with the legs bending, which we're going to get there, it's all happening, stimulating the belly area. Breathing. And then just hold center, all of us together. Forward fold. I'm just going to take the hands to the top of our knees, bend the knees a lot like we're squatting down, and then we're just going to flatten the spine. Lengthen the head out, shoulders roll back and down. Breathe, just letting the blood equalize in the body. Then we're going to press through the heels, reach up to the sky. Arms can stay at the side or reach up depending on our heads. We don't want to get dizzy. And we're just going to shift the weight in the hips this time. So we're just shifting side to side, just activating the hips. We can maybe even make some figure 8s with the hips. Breathing. And this again is activating the core center. Shoulders roll back and down. Switch directions. Ooh, there's a tricky bit. Okay, find center. So hopefully we're all cued into our core a lot right now. So I want to show you a few options before we go into this movement. So it's going to go back like moonflowers, except we're going to lower, face the front of our mat, drop the opposite arm down, and sweep across the mat. And then it's this big circular motion. So we're really activating the spine, really activating the core. We're getting a little bit of rotation. Options. We can bring hands to knees and just go here. Woo. So if we're finding it uncomfortable in the lower back, it's just this movement here. But if it's feeling good to have this big movement with the arms, breathe. Move as fast or as slow as it feels good in your body. But just making sure that you can feel what's happening. Breathing. And hold center, switch directions. What? Really getting that core stimulated. Breathing. Hips are getting warm. Little spinal rotation. And let's do one more. All of us meet 5-pointed star. Legs extended. Micro bend in the knees. Arms reach down by our sides. Step back to the top edge of our mat. Standing mountain pose. Woo. Breathe. Here, just noticing and feeling in the body. We're going to add some sunbirds or some flying birds, And so we're just going to start, we're going to build up to it. Find weight in our right foot. Left heel lifts. Knee lifts. Step back. That's the first movement. And then we step forward. Weight in the left foot. Step back. Now here is where, so all we're doing is switching side to side, stepping back, then back to the front. Micro bend or bigger bend in the knees. And we're just switching from side to side. We're not in a race. This is that calm strength. What's that saying? Slow and steady wins the race. So find that slow, steady pace. And options, our step back can be shorter. We don't have to step big all the way back. So noticing our bodies are upright. And we're just stepping back. We're maintaining that center of gravity. Now we're going to add in the arms. So we're going to open and come forward like a bird in flight, flapping its wings. Expand across the chest. Come back. Remember, those step backs can be small. They don't have to be gigantuan, but they can be. Our goal here is just opening up the chest. If we want to add on a fun hug, big hug, then step back. Opposite arm on top, big hug, step back. Step forward, big hug. Doing our best to stay low as opposed to coming straight up with knees not bent. You can. That's okay. But if you can, stay low. Continuing. Breathe. Woo. I like to imagine that when I open up, I'm a bird taking off from the tree. And when I land, I'm a bird landing on a tree branch. Open up. Another option is just to bring hands to heart center. Slow it down. If we're starting to feel ourselves getting tense and agitated, slow it down. Finding that calm strength. Maybe we say with the breath, calm, strength. I am calm. I am strength. One more on each side. Breathe. Extended mountain. Standing mountain pose. Shoulders roll. Shake it out. Let it go. Shake the legs. Shake the arms and the hands. Shake the chest. Woo. That was practice for what's coming next. So like I said, our whole goal today in our practice is we're getting the heart rate up, we're getting the breath rate up, but it's also to find that relaxed energy in our bodies. So we're going to inhale, arms reach up, soft knees, press the hips back, fold forward, shake, 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 shake the arms, shake, 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 all the way down, hang and shake. Then reverse it up. And then we're going to shake, shimmy all the way down and down. And then back up. And then one more time, shake it, let it go. Laughing is good. Inhale, come back up. We're going to do one more time. I know I said that last time. Exhale, lower. Let it go. Forward fold. Hang here. Let the head hang. Maybe shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Maybe shift the hip side to side. And then we're going to lift halfway up, monkey pose. So all we're doing, flattening the spine, heart reaches forward, pressing either into the shins or the tops of the thighs, or fingertips can stay on the toes. For all of my weightlifters out there, this is very similar to the position your body is in a deadlift. So really loading those hamstrings, strong along the spine, strong core. Those shoulders are locked back and engaged. Imagining we're holding that bar, right? But all we're doing is creating a little bit more spinal extension. This movement, this pose, will help you a lot in your deadlift. And then we're just going to inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, arms down by our sides. So let's all step our feet together. We're going to do some twists in chair pose. So another flowing movement, inhaling, arms reach up, palms connect. Exhale, we sit back to our chair, twist to the right. Inhale, we come back to center. Extend, extended mountain. Exhale, hands come together. Sit, twist to the left. Inhale, reach. Leading with the shoulders on the twist. So as we're coming down, we might want to really twist. I feel like I'm twisting so far, but we're really not. Keep the thumbs at heart center. Lead with that right shoulder back and twist there. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, we come back down, twist to the opposite side. Inhale, come up. I am calm. I am strength. Just flowing here with the breath. With your breath pace. And maybe we're just thinking, breathe in, expand. Breathe out, twist, and control. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. Or maybe we're thinking, I am calm. And as we come into our twist, I am strength. Letting it be the magic that we need in our lives today. If it means we just go back to chair, no twisting, that's okay. If maybe we find ourselves in the twist and we want to hang out for a couple of breaths, that's okay too. It's your flow, it's your body. You get to decide. Trust me, there's some things I won't let you decide on. But this is just feeling and flowing. Connecting to that power that we have inside. That we all need to connect with a little bit more. Finding calm in the chaos. Finding calm in uncertainty. One more on the right. And last one on the left. We'll all meet in standing mountain pose. No rush, taking your time to get there. It's your journey. We're in it together, but you have to go at your own pace. Standing mountain pose, eyes closed if it's comfortable, or bring the gaze down the center of the nose, softening the gaze. Let go. We're just going to inhale, arms reach up, making our way now onto the mats. Exhale, arms all the way down. Hands press firmly into the mat. We're going to step one foot back, then the other, and then come onto all fours. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Breathe. So if in this position, sometimes if our arms are tired, we'll just let ourselves sink down towards the mat. Now that's what I would do if there was a cupcake below my face. But imagine stinky socks or stinky shoes. We push away, right? So pushing away, keeping those shoulders active. And we're just going to point the elbow creases forward. So rotating in the wrists, and they may not point forward. That's okay. That's not the point. The point is finding that rotation, that engagement in our shoulders. And we're just going to flow in cat-cow. Taking a nice full breath in. Exhale, tailbone curls, spine curls up, chin tucks under. Maybe we push back a little bit. That's okay too. Maybe we stay shoulders over wrists. Both are correct. Find what feels good in your body. Ooh. And imagine we're that cat kneading the couch or the rug with our claws. So we have claws, our fingers are kneading one side and then the other. Ooh, maybe we stay stationary and that feels better for our bodies. Or maybe that little subtle movement feels good. Getting a little lateral extension. Activation in the wrists. With the fingers clawing into the mat. And then we come back to center. Opening our hearts forward, tailbone lifts up, cow pose. So making sure we're not creating a bunch of tension in the back of the neck by really lifting the chin up. So maintaining that spinal alignment. Shoulders are down and away from the ears, and heart energy reaching forward. Imagining we're shining green light out from our heart center. Going out into the world, out to those people in our lives that need a little extra love right now. And maybe it's us. Maybe that green light is shooting out and then curving back and landing on us. And that's okay too. And then here, we're just going to gently sway the tailbone side to side. Just a small movement. If it feels uncomfortable in the spine at all for you, then just stay in the stationary cow pose. Ooh, and imagining that green light shining out into the world or onto us. We are full of love. We are full of calm, strength. And then exhaling back to our cat. And we're just going to flow between cat and cow. You decide, holding for a couple breaths, or do we just want to flow? Exhaling to cat, then inhaling to cow. Feeling it in the spine. It should feel good. And maybe this is not your jam today, and that's okay too. We can come to neutral spine and maybe jump rope the spine. We're going to all do this together, but if you just want to get there now, that's okay, or just stay with that cat-cow. Another option is to wag our tails. Ooh. And now if we're still in cat-cow, let's all come to that free form movement. Now you can stay in cat-cow or just start moving the spine. Maybe figure eight the shoulders. Breathe. Just taking advantage of the spine, of the vertebrae, not being stacked and having that compression from gravity, and allowing us to have a little bit more freedom in our movement. Breathe. Woo. Let go. And that's all. Press back to a child's pose. Knees can be together or knees wide on the mat, big toes touching. And we're just going to let the forehead rest either on stacked hands or just resting on our mat. And in this child's pose, we're just going to gently shift side to side. So another option in our child's pose, if hips to heels isn't feeling great on our knees, is to just keep the hips lifted and let ourselves relax. And again, we can just shift side to side. And breathe. Slow it down. Feel it in the body. And then we're just going to come back up, hands under shoulders. And we're going to do a fun little rotation. So hands are going to go a little bit more forward of the shoulders. And we're just going to go to the side and then come down and around and up. And just keep going nice and slow with the breath. Then switch directions. And if this doesn't feel good on your knees, then you don't have to do it. Or make the movement smaller. Child's pose. Come back up to all fours. We're going to come onto our hip. Bring the legs around front. Bottoms of the feet together. Butterfly, sitting up nice and tall. So in butterfly, sit bones are rooting down into the mat, feeling connected, feeling grounded, shoulders rolling up and back and down the spine. Nice full breath in. We can grab the ankles, or we can have hands behind the back. If you have a block or two blocks, this is also another option, is to place one on each side to give us a little bit more length in our arms. You decide, feeling in our bodies, knowing that there's no right or wrong way to do these poses. Well, there is a wrong way sometimes, but that's only when we're doing things that might hurt ourselves. And sometimes by trying to do the perfect pose, we're hurting ourselves. So listening to our bodies, maybe our hip flexors, our hip socket isn't very open right now. Our knees might be up here, we may be leaning back. That's not wrong. That's what's right in your body today. Some of us, our knees might be all the way to the mat. Just breathe and feel. If we want it, a little forward fold. Breathe. Gently bringing ourselves back up. Knees together. We're going to extend the legs straight out. Standing or seated forward fold. So we can have a big bend in the knees if we need it. That's okay. Feet are flexed back. If you have a strap, this is a great time to maybe bring a strap into the equation. Or we can also take a block or a towel and place it under, or blanket underneath the knees. I'm just sitting up nice and tall. We're going to reach the arms straight up overhead and then reach as if we're reaching past our feet. Imagine belly button is going towards the knees. Tailbones pressing back. Nice full breath. Breathe. We're just walking our hands up the front of our legs, coming back upright. If we have a block under the knees, we're just going to go ahead and move that out of the way. We're going to come on to our hands behind us. Nice long spine. So our hands can be pointing out to the sides or fingers towards the back side of the body. That's going the position of the hands is going to depend a lot on your shoulders and your wrists. So you decide what feels good. And we're going to cross the left leg over the right knee, flexing that left foot, so toe pointed towards the sky or toes towards the shin. And then just drop that knee open to the side. If we're dumping into the shoulders and just hanging out here, giving ourselves multiple chins, some of you might not be, but I have lots of chins right now. We want to press and lift the heart up. Broad across the shoulders. Now, when we're here, we can gently rock the knees, the hips, side to side, or just stay here in a static stretch. You decide. If you are really flexible in your hips and you want to take this a little bit deeper, some options. Everyone else stay here. If you're like, this feels amazing, I'm just loving it. The other option is cradle the baby, where maybe you sit upright, elbow goes into, or knee goes into the elbow crease, bottom of the foot goes into the other elbow crease, and you extend the legs sitting up tall. So, however, that is only if you're in this position and you're not feeling a good stretch for your body. And let's gently release out, extend that leg. Maybe shake the legs, bounce the backs of the knees off the mat. Woo, let it go. Maybe windshield wiper the feet. And we're going to switch sides. So left knee bends, right leg crosses over. Foot flexes, toes towards the shins, knees open out to the side. Woo, feeling that awesome opening in the hips. I'm just noticing, where am I feeling this in my body right now? And breathe. Pressing our tailbones down and into the mat. Breathe. Again, you have that cradle the baby option. And gently uncross the legs. Extend both legs out. Again, just releasing any of that tension. Shake it out. Let go. I don't know why that always makes me laugh, but it does. So we're going to bring ourselves back around, coming onto our stomachs. This is the last front to back that we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we're stimulating the belly area. So there are a lot of options. You could take a rolled up towel and place it on the belly. You could take your block and put it there, or just rest on the mat. That might be enough for some of us. And just stack the hands, palms facing down on the mat, and let the forehead rest on the backs of our hands. And we're just going to take some nice deep breaths here, feeling the belly pressing into the mat, into the surface below us. Letting all the breath go into the belly. And then when we exhale, feeling our bodies lowering into the mat. Maybe we squeeze the glutes to press a little bit harder. And then just continuing to breathe, pressing the belly button into the mat as we breathe in nice full breath. Feeling the side bodies expanding as well on that inhale. Then as we exhale, lowering, contracting, pulling the belly button towards the spine. Let's just do 3 more breaths there. Maybe you start to feel the heartbeat. Now just imagining that we're stirring up with our belly button, stirring the inside of our bodies, like there's an attachment that's able to go around the spine, and it's like we're mixing up our stomach, our belly space. And we may even just rock our hips side to side, especially if we have a towel or something rolled up under the abdomen. This is a great way just to get that massage in the core space. Activating digestion. And if we're doing those belly button circles, switch directions. Remember to breathe. Might be building a little tension in the shoulders, and see if we can let that go as well. Not trying so hard. And then just relaxing. Hands come by the rib cage, toes tuck, pressing back up into child's pose. And just coming back to all fours, bring the legs back around front as we now prepare for relaxation. So some options in our relaxation. If you are lucky enough to have a weighted pillow for the eyes, this is great to place over the eyes because it helps us to relax a little bit more. So if you have never experienced a weighted eye pillow, if you'd like to, rub the hands together, create some heat in the palms of the hands and the fingers, and then just place the hands over the eyes. And just noticing how that feels, how that helps us to take our awareness more inside. So as we're going into our relaxation, we have some options. We can stay in that child's pose if that was more comfortable for us. We can come to our backs with knees bent, arms out to the side, or we can rest the hands on the body. We can also extend both legs out and just let the feet relax, open, lift the flesh under us so that our pelvic isn't tilting up. We're keeping that natural curve on the lower back. We could also place a pillow or blanket under the knees just to have a gentle bend in the knees in our relaxation. Just finding whatever position works for your body. We can also take feet wide on the mat. Just let the knees collapse together. I promised some breathing. I totally forgot. So we're going to do that now. We're going to do some building breaths. We're going to create a lot of tension in our bodies. And then we're just going to let it go with an exhale. I'll show you what it looks like first, or I'll explain it first. So we'll all together do 2 rounds together. Then you'll do 2 rounds on your own. So what we're going to do is we'll exhale all the air out of our lungs, and then we'll begin to inhale. And as we inhale, we'll contract the feet, the calves, the knees, all the way up the body to the crown of the head, squeezing the fists in, making a funny face. Shoulders will squeeze up to the ears, pressing the head, just creating as much tension in the body as we can, continuing to breathe in and in and in and building more and more tension. Hold it. And then we'll let it go with a big sigh. Or a laugh. That was not a good example. But we'll just let it go and just let all the muscles that we tension in the body just relax. And just let that exhale trail on forever. So it'll be about a 10 to 20 count between rounds when we're doing them together. And I want us to try to let that exhale last that whole count. And maybe take a couple of normal breaths in between. So let's go ahead, take a regular breath in, just breathing, feeling, noticing the body. And then we're going to exhale all the air out of our lungs. And then we'll begin to inhale, contracting the feet, the ankles, the calves, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the glutes, the core, chest, shoulders shrug up, arms squeeze in, make fists, scrunch the face, crown of the head. Feel all that tension in the body. Breathe in just a little bit more. Hold it, squeeze all those muscles just a little bit tighter. And then let it go. And release all the breath, all the tension in the body. Just let it go. Let it melt away with that exhale. Just letting the breath go back to normal. Just noticing, comparing the difference between that contracted, tense state in our bodies to this now, hopefully more relaxed state. We'll do that one more time together. Exhaling all the air out of our lungs. And then we'll begin to inhale, contracting the feet, the calves, the knees, ankles, thighs, glutes, hips, core. Squeeze the thighs together, squeeze the belly, press the back into the mat, chest compresses, shoulders shrug up to the ears, scrunch the face, scrunch the neck, fists, squeeze them into the chest, squeeze the elbows in, crown of the head, face, back of the head pressing into the mat. Breathe in just a little bit more. Hold it, create some more tension, and then just let it go. Relaxing every part of the body, letting everything go. Now just do 1 or 2 more rounds on your own. If you feel really relaxed, just going into your relaxation. Just knowing that this is our time to let everything go, letting all the things we may be thinking about, just setting them aside for right now, and just letting ourselves continue to scan the body. And if we find that our minds continue to wander, we can repeat that mantra in our mind. I am calm. I am strength. If you can, just staying in relaxation for another 5 or 10 minutes. Even after the video ends, just continuing to relax, reflect, repeating those mantras. I am calm. I am strength. Remembering our intention for today. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. Just taking out the message that we take with us today is the more that I take care of myself, the more that I nurture my fears and the things that are coming up in my life right now, the better I'm able to serve the world, my community, my family. A lot of times we feel like these moments of self-care are selfish, but in reality, they're the best things we can do to make ourselves better helpers in the world. Again, continuing this relaxation as long as you can, at least another 5 minutes. I'm just going to end the live video and wish you all an amazing Tuesday. Enjoy the sunshine. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I know that we're all in this together, and this too shall pass.